it's all possible. Baron the Val's wine, mellow wine with an elegant finish. Live with the spirit. Enliven romantic moments with Baron the Val's. Baron the Val's, a fine excuse to indulge.
Let me tell you about this fantastic new discovery. No, not this, guys. It's olx.com.ng. Now decide with thousands of buyers. They meet better sellers for better deals. Oh, now for your mobile phone or computer. Just last week, I've been selling my old sound system, my generator, and my old car. Oh, now for cash.
It takes just 3 easy steps and meet the buyer in person to complete the cash deal. olx.com.ng, where thousands of buyers meet sellers for better bargains.
Welcome back. The House of Representatives has launched a probe into the appointment of foreign portfolio managers for the Sovereign Wealth Fund. The lawmakers today resolved to investigate the possible risks the country faces with the appointments of UBS and Goldman Sachs to manage the fund. The resolution followed a motion sponsored by the House Minority Leader, Femi Gbajabiamila, who had argued that allowing foreign financial institutions to manage the fund amounts to putting Nigeria's economic sovereignty and security in foreign hands.
That the appointment of foreign financial institutions to manage Nigeria's sovereign wealth.
It was a motion that drew a debate in the chamber. Sponsored by the minority leader, it touched on the management of the Nigerian Sovereign Wealth Fund by foreigners and what he described as an inherent conflict of interest.
Concerned that the appointment of foreign financial institutions to manage Nigeria's sovereign wealth amounts to entrusting Nigerian savings, wealth, economic sovereignty, and security in the hands of foreigners. That the appointment of UBS and Goldman Sachs amounts to a conflict of interest as the managing director of the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority and the initiator, former Minister of Finance Olusegun Aganga, are former employees of the two respective institutions.
The debate was evenly matched.
There have been a lot of insinuations that our economy and our finances are being dictated outside this country. And this is a pointer to that fact.
Funds like sovereign wealth funds are managed by portfolio managers, not banks. And I can't see any portfolio manager in Nigeria today that has the capacity to manage the sovereign wealth fund.
The fact that they are foreign does not in any manner contravene the provisions of the Constitution, because in that case there is no case of conflict of interest. The fact that they are former shows that they are no longer there.
It took votes to decide the fate of the motion.
Vote of the motion, please say aye. Those against, please say nay. The ayes have it.
A joint committee has been mandated to investigate the matter to determine the risk that may arise from the appointment of foreign institutions to manage the funds. A report is expected in 2 weeks. Lanre Lasese, Channels Television News.
The worrisome situation in the nation's education sector has forced a civil society group in Kogi State to send an appeal to the state government to urgently save the basic education scheme from near collapse. Leading a protest to the state's education board in Lokoja, the group says that there is a need for an urgent turnaround of basic education. Our community report tonight looks at the matters arising in the Kogi Primary School program.
Now you're talking.
A
regular day in Lokoja, the Kogi State capital, where people are going about their daily business without hindrance. But there are those who are not so lucky. These children would rather be in school, but it seems they'll be safer on the streets than classrooms, judging from the state of infrastructure. The deplorable condition of most primary schools in the state has led to protests by these civil society groups who took their grievances to the office of the State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB.
We have written to the state government, we have written to the House Committee on Education. They have acknowledged our letters. We are also joining and lending our voices with the State House of Assembly, calling for an education summit with focus on primary education. Now, much is left to be desired because the state government is not coming forth. We got here this morning hoping that, with the way we came very peacefully, ensuring that we are here to advocate for SPEB. We met the chairman here, but he just walked out on us, acting as if what we are doing here does not make a meaning.
A claim the state SUBEB chairman denied.
I didn't walk out on them. I planned a visit to a school in Ofu local government because we do on-the-spot visit of schools. I tried to look at what the characteristics of the crowd, and they looked like a hired crowd to me. The faces, few adults. The postcards, the placards they were carrying, I wonder if they understand the contents.
But the matter goes beyond providing a conducive learning environment. It deepens into teachers' salaries and welfare packages, a situation the state says it has under control.
Everybody has been paid for the month of September, and then for the month of October, the payment is commencing immediately. All of that and the investigations into the exercise is still going on, so that we can arrive at the maximum level. We are committed to the cause of the teachers' welfare.
The teachers, on the other hand, expressed worry over the deplorable condition in the primary schools and urged the government to pay more attention to education in the state.
Teachers being what they are, they do not look at things the way politicians look at them. They look at them positively, how it should touch the grassroots soul, not just themselves. Just as the politicians will do, self. An average teacher think of the child who is the leader of tomorrow. We are happy to see our children back to school, but with mixed feeling, and we are doing our job.
With the constant search for teachers to provide quality education, it is evident the Kogi state government is not resting on its oars. But what about the schools?
The federal government has a disarticulation policy that the first 9 years of schooling is within the mandate of SUBEB. But all the primary schools have not been transferred to SUBEB.
As the matter over teachers' salaries, strikes and poor infrastructure continues to bedevil not only Kogi State but the nation as a whole, one wonders what becomes of these children regarded as the leaders of tomorrow.
Now it's time for business news, and Joke Rogers is joining us.
First Bank, truly the first.
Thank you, Bimbo. Welcome to Business News. One of Nigeria's leading financial institutions, First Bank of Nigeria PLC, has launched into the market its First Club card as part of its First Bank loyalty program. The scheme will enable First Bank customers with a deposit balance as low as 10,000 naira to pay for transactions within Nigeria and First Bank online. Our correspondent Orelu Ashonibari reports.
When searching for a good bank, you have to be very discerning.
The term innovation can be defined as something original that breaks into the market.
Your search is over at First Bank.
This innovation can be an application of better solutions that meet new requirements. And that's exactly what First Bank Nigeria PLC is giving to its customers with the launch of its First Club card.